podcast that we want to start up for at least a month now. We did something like this during the Great Give for 36 hours straight. This will not be a 36-hour discussion unless these guys want to stay here for the next couple of days. We could do that. But I'm joined here today by James Fedak Jr. and Vinny LaRocca. They are of the Masters Table Community Dinners. Did I get the title right?
Meals.
Meals, not dinner. If you want dinner, don't know. All right, so it's meals. And we've had we had you in the very beginning, right? We profiled your idea. How long have you been doing it now?
We've been doing it since February of 2011, and so about 5 years.
So anybody that's not familiar with what these meals are, what is it essentially? If you could.
Masters Table Community Meals is a 501c nonprofit organization which provides a free monthly meal, usually the last Sunday of each month, year-round.
In Ansonia.
In Ansonia. It's we recently moved. We used to be at Christ Church. We are now at Assumption Church, which is also in Ansonia.
Okay. And Mr. LaRocca, you are the chef for?
Yep, I'm the cook, yep.
How'd you get involved?
Well, I've known Jim through my son. They were good friends at the time, still are. And he had just started the program. And I have a background in the food industry. And so I told him, if you need any help, let me know and I'll be there. So the second dinner, I took over cooking and been there ever since.
Okay, and so today's July 13th, and I'm looking over to my left because we have Ethan Fry producing this. It's there's his hand. July 13th, 2015, and James, you were saying that you guys have a event coming up. Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, first of all, he's known by Chef Vinny in the area here, so everyone knows him by Chef Vinny. We have an upcoming dinner coming this Sunday. It's a third Sunday. Sometimes that does happen. But this coming Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m., we're having our annual cook-in, which we're going to be having like a picnic theme. This is our 5th year doing it. We'll have hot dogs, cold salad, ice cream, and we'll also have special guest Sister Funk performing for us. Sister Funk is well known. They've performed all over the country, and they do a lot of soft rock songs and cover songs. So it should be a good time.
And there's no cost to attend.
No, it's open to anybody in the community, free of charge. We have a goodwill offering if people feel or they want to donate to us. That's fine because everything goes right back into Masters Table.
And how many people typically turn out to one of these meals?
We serve anywhere from 80 to 100 plus.
Wow. Okay.
So
and then preparing to feed 80 to 100 people. What's that? I mean, I don't know how to cook microwave popcorn, but what's involved in feeding that many people?
Well, we need to planning, of course. We have a track record now of approximately how many people that we're going to feed every month because we've done it for 5 years, so we can look back and keep good records. So Jim, one of his many jobs is to go out and solicit businesses for, if let's say we're going to have hot dogs. So we try to get them donated. And we have a number in mind that we want to use. And so he'll go out and see who can donate 100 here, 100 there, and things that we need for the meal. If we don't get it donated, then we will buy it ourselves. So we have a certain amount of income that comes in from donations. And so it helps us to put out a meal. And one of the things we like to do, make ourselves a little unique, is that we like to give quality. We like to give a good meal. So when the people come in, they feel like they're being treated like they're at a restaurant. And I think that separates us a little bit from some of the other groups or organizations that do this. So that's been our main theme, is to give a good quality dinner and meal. So the people, when they leave, they're very happy. They've been satisfied.
And you said your background is in the restaurant business. What are some of the places you worked at? Where might people?
Well, I had my own business for years. I was in the catering business for years, and I had a catering facility in Bridgeport, and I also had a food service company, which I supplied cafeteria service for schools and corporate in Westchester in New York. So,
Okay. Where do you live now?
I live in Shelton.
Cedar Valley resident. And you're in Salem, and Sonia resident, or am I? Where do you live?
Derby.
In Derby,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
I'll
in
look
Derby.
at that. We're practically neighbors. So
There you go.
I live in Derby as well. So Jim, the people that show up for this, if I remember correctly, and then correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, this is a charitable group. Are these people that, people obviously need the help, or is it, tell me about what the goal is?
Well, the main thing is, for one thing, like Vinny was saying, so I'm going to backtrack just a little. They are hot, nutritious meals. So it's just not like, here's some food, that kind of thing. I mean, the chef prepared. It's open to anybody, Eugene. That's what makes us, I think, unique also, because it's a community meal. It's open to anybody, regardless of their income, regardless really where they're from. We don't say, well, you can't come, you can't come. So anyone is welcome to attend, not just from Ansonia, but we do also get people from Derby, Shelton, Seymour, Naugatuck, and they're all welcome to come too. As much as the meal is important, we find being around other people, the fellowship is so important for someone to talk to someone. They may not have immediate family nearby. So this might be a chance for them to meet new people, maybe meet new friends, or come with friends and interact with them. Get out for a couple hours and just enjoy themselves. So we find that that's both important, is the meal and the interaction with other people. And all our guests, we try to make them feel special. We want them to have a good experience, because each meal we have approximately 25 volunteers, either putting on the meal, serving the meal, serving drinks. We have people going around talking to people. Oh, do you need some iced tea? Do you need some coffee? Really try to make them feel welcome. It's really important to us that they have a good experience. And one thing about us doing is, as long as we have been, we've noticed that people may have gone away for a couple months, but they know that they could always come back. They know, oh, I know Master's Table. Oh, there's a meal this week, and I can go to it, and things are going to be the same when they first came and when they come again, even if it's some time in between.
Is it people, because I've never been to one, but the people that show up for the meal, I mean, are we talking about, are they lacking meals elsewhere? Are we talking poverty, or just someone who wants companionship, or
It could be a
spiritual
I think
service or something?
All of the above.
all the
All of
above.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
all the above. Exactly. The reason we usually have it the fourth Sunday is it is geared to people who are in need of a meal, and maybe the money's running low, or maybe their check, is running low that they're receiving each month. So in that sense, they need it. Or again, someone's maybe lonely. So, we're serving, we feel, a lot of different purposes, with this meal, by them coming to the meal. Again, anybody and everybody, it could be a homeless person on the street to someone who, is working somewhere and maybe they're feeling lonely, or if they want to check us out or whatever, I mean, we had someone last month. We do get new people. We do get a lot of returning people, but we do get new people. And someone last month came in that was never in there before. So I asked one of the volunteers, he's on our board, and I asked him, I said, can you go up to that gentleman over there, talk to him a little bit the first time he's here, and they had a conversation, 10, 15 minutes, just to check him out, so to speak, hi, how are you? My name is so-and-so, what's your name? And just to get to know him, and sometimes that's all people want. Just, as humans, we need each other. We really do. We need that interaction with people and to talk to people. And
How do you get people to go? Like, how do you spread the word about it? How do people know about the meals?
We do that a lot of different ways. One way is when people come to our meal, we give them a flyer for our next meal. We also do press releases through your website. As you know, you guys are posting our dinners on your calendar, monthly calendar. We're also on channel 10, the community station, and we also put flyers around the community. Different businesses will put flyers up. They'll allow us to put them up, and word of mouth usually is our best bet. Like I said earlier, recently we moved from Christchurch and it's turning to now Assumption Church. Which
Does that get
is
you more
Sunday.
room? Is that
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why we moved.
demand?
Most people you talk to, yeah, we know you moved. Yeah, we know.
That's
So
amazing.
word does get around.
Yeah.
I was really surprised because some people I'm like, hey, do you know we moved? I haven't seen you. Yeah, I know you moved. So it's funny.
And Chef Finney, if you look back over the last 5 years, is there any particular memory that stands out or experience that stands out in the years that you've been doing this?
Yeah, we've had, when we first started, we were feeding about 30 people, and then I took over and started the cooking. And
Was Jim cooking before that?
I think so.
Not me. No way.
But no, that it's just that we grew in numbers because they were getting a good quality meal, and they kept coming back, and we have fed as much as 185 people, close to 200, and that's a good feeling that we were able to feed that many people at a given time. And we also have done, last year was the first time we actually did a Thanksgiving dinner, and that went over real well. So we'll probably do it again this year, and so things like that, when we have the numbers, really, I feel good about it because it knows that we're doing something and the people enjoy it. And there's a lot of families that come, young people with young children, and that's good too. And just in general, I enjoy doing it. It's for me, it's like giving back to the community, or I've been fairly successful in my life, and so I just enjoy doing it for other people.
Where are you from originally?
New York.
I was going to say that accent.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. Well,
What part of New York are you
in
from?
Westchester.
Okay, well, that's where I'm from too. Where in Westchester?
Near
New Rochelle. I went to Iona.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm from Somers, New York, the northern part.
Somers, okay, yeah.
Yeah, southern Westchester. Okay, now were you a cook growing up? Was it something in your house that was always?
No. I actually got involved in the food business. If you know New Rochelle, it's along the coastline, the little sound. And when I was in high school, I got a job in a beach club. And that's how I was introduced to the food business. And I enjoyed it, liked it. I actually wanted to be an accountant. And I found that I was very good in the food business. So that's when I started. And I just started working into the field and went in my own business eventually. And, that's it.
How'd you wind up in Shelton? And how long ago was that?
40 years ago.
Okay.
Well, my wife was from Fairfield, so we lived in New York for a while, and then we moved to Norwalk first, and then we bought a home in Shelton a few years later, and been there a long time.
There you go. Yeah. And what about you, Jim? I might have asked you this before, but where are you from originally, and how'd you wind up in the Valley?
I was actually born in the Valley. I grew up a little in the Valley. Then I went to West Haven for a number of years. I lived in Florida for about 11 years and came back to the Valley. So it's, kind of grew up here for a little bit, West Haven, Florida, came back. So it's like a complete circle for me.
Nice. And Chef Finney had mentioned earlier that you often go out and solicit for donations. This is obviously donation based, the entire thing. You're a nonprofit. How easy or hard is it to get local businesses to give?
Boy,
It depends. It goes up.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some steady ones over the years. I'm sure I can mention some names here, give them a shout out. Antonio's has been very good to us over the years. Plaza Diner in Shelton, they're phenomenal. They've been great. We've also had some donations from Eddie's Bake Shop. They've been very good to us. Any leftover day-old bread, pastries. Dunkin' Donuts, Pershing Drive has been another steady one over the years that's been very good to us. We've had some other ones here and there.
Let me rephrase the question because I didn't mean to put you on the spot or put
No, I know.
And actually, I forgot what my question was. But let's talk about you. So you moved to a big place, and now you're gonna have music this weekend. And that's the first time you've ever had a live band?
No, we actually had someone last month. and this month it's actually a more well-known band. And then in September we're having Jerry Rasmussen. He's a local performer. He does gospel and
Some other type of.
yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Same thing just happened. to me.
Gospel and folk. I'm
I
sorry.
wish we could edit all that out, but we can't. It's still
Gospel and folk. He does. So no, but we've had other performers before, and they usually go pretty well. Won't you say, Vin? You know.
Yeah, if they have a little following, they kind of the crowd is increased.
Oh, no kidding. It'll
Yeah.
actually grow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And
then
then-
you get a better crowd.
And next month, and hopefully next month we're planning having our first dinner and movie.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
we'll have a movie with
Any
the
idea
dinner.
what it's gonna be, like a family flick?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like a Minions type thing, or?
Maybe a little bit more like a PG.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
mean, you know, so it's good for family, but also for the person who comes in and sees it. You know, if they're coming by themselves or whatever, without any kids, let's say.
Another thing we do that's well received is that we have a Halloween party for, when it falls on the month that we're going to do the dinner for the kids and to dress up. And that's always a good
Yeah,
one.
we have a live DJ with that, with costumes and stuff like that. We've had Mary Castetti as one of our judges
Right.
in prior years.
Nice.
And we also do a Christmas party, which a couple of our board members dress up as Mr. and Mrs. Claus and we give out gifts to the kids and stuff.
And adults. Everyone gets a gift.
Everybody gets a gift. And, we have a special meal. Like maybe roast beef and, nice vegetable potato and good dessert. So they really enjoy that. That's when we get good crowds. I mean, not to say that we don't on a regular basis, but, it's kind of, you have your ups and downs, but
Mhm.
the holidays, we tend to do a lot better with people coming and showing up. And that was one of the reasons we wanted to move, because the assumption you could put 200 people in there with no problem.
Mm.
Where we were before, we were limited to a certain space, and then they were growing in another direction too. They started a food bank and kind of took a lot of the room that we were using. So
Mhm.
it was a good move for us, and I think in the long run, it's going to be a very good move. I think we're going to be very successful there because we have the backing of the church. Father Jeff, who's the pastor there,
I was gonna say your reach probably increased, because that's a church that
right.
everybody sort of, it has a large congregation in the valley, right?
Plus they have a school attached, and so we get a lot of cooperation from Father Jeff, and he's welcomed us with open arms, and he does everything he can do to, help us. So it's a good mix right now.
It's better handicapped accessible for our guests who come, either wheelchair or with walker, cane. Christ was hard because they had a big stairway that they had to go down, or a ramp.
Mm-hmm.
This is set up where they can go on the side of the building, take an elevator right down to the basement where the church hall is. So that makes it better in that sense. It also helps that we don't have to have a monthly food pass. This is a certified kitchen through the Board of Health.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
it's once a year instead of paying a monthly fee.
So operations wise, it's just
So,
easy
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, it's a lot better fit for us also,
And I was going to say, Jim, just in terms, I got to compliment you on your marketing ability, because a lot of times, Ethan and I are reporters. We're doing, things that aren't like this that kind of weigh us down all day, and we get into ruts, and it's hard to break out of certain ruts. But like even with this interview, you came in, you set the time, you said you'd be here, and we couldn't say no because we basically set it all up.
No, you guys did really great over the years, really. I mean, I look at you guys as friends. I mean, you guys were always very supportive of us. Anything I had a question, problem, you guys were on top of it. So I really mean that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for,
because when we put the thing up on there, you guys got it right up there. I know on your website, there's that bar on the side where you have all lists of nonprofits. And I think
we fixed it, right?
Yeah,
We changed
and I
it?
think
All
I
right,
talked
good.
to Ethan. I was like,
If not,
Ethan,
we'll do it right now. Yeah.
I said, Ethan, could you take care of this for me? No problem. And he took care of it. So thank you. It
Oh,
really
that's
means a
good.
lot to us that we do have people like you, Antonio's, Dunkin' Donuts, Eddie's. There's some real support there. I mean, I was just giving you a few examples, obviously, you know.
Sure, yeah, right.
You know, we've had some other support, and I don't want to leave them out so much, but, you know, there's the Living Springs Christian Fellowship. They've been very supportive of us. Signs Unlimited and Derby have been very
Stop
supportive
and
of us.
Shop gives you the
Stop and
flowers.
Shop gives us flowers each month that we're able to put on the table. You know, we've also partnered up with Panera Bread, so we get their day-in donations. Every Saturday, we get donated bread and pastries. And what we do is we give it out to needy families, and the weeks we have our dinner, we'll incorporate it into our dinner, and we'll also give out a loaf of bread or bagels, whatever it is, to our guests as they leave. So that's another thing we partnered up with.
Another thing we used to have, we don't have it now, but we used to have a clothing bank too.
Okay.
That went over very well,
Yeah.
but because with the move, it's not possible for us to do it right now. But maybe in the future we'll go back to that. But tell them about people want to donate, they can donate.
Yeah,
Yeah, or if I want to get involved, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, since we've talked last, Eugene, we also have a website now, which is masterstablemeals.org. So they could contact us through there, or they could call our phone number, which is 203-732-7792. And they could just leave a message on there. And either way, they could contact us if they want to volunteer, they want to make a donation.
Tax deductible donation.
Tax deductible, you know. I mean, we're looking really like we're now like monthly sponsors. And anyone could be a monthly sponsor for as low as $25 a month. And all that money goes back into Master's Table.
You guys have a 5-year track record now.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So as we were saying earlier, you know, people may leave us for a while. I don't want to say us, but, you know, may not come to Master's Table, and then they
Couple
come
months.
back for a couple months, and then they come back because they know that we're going to be there, you know. And, you know, we've had our ups and downs, you know, but we've sustained,
And
you know.
tell them the other way you can make a donation to us. If they don't have the money, they can give clothing to the
Yes,
place. And
we've also teamed up with Helping Hands,
right.
which is a
What's that?
Helping Hands is a thrift shop that's located in Orange.
Okay.
And what it is you donate to them, and they have a list of nonprofits that you could donate to.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you go there, and if you have some items, or you have something you want, larger items, you want them to make a pickup. So let's say you have a couch, maybe a flat screen TV, a desk, whatever the case may be, that maybe you can't deliver to them. They'll come and pick it up for minimal charge. You just tell them you want to put it on the Master's Table. There's a list of organizations, nonprofits that you can donate to. So you just look for Master's Table, donate it on our behalf, and we get a percentage of the sale price.
Helping Hands in Orange. You
In
said.
Orange, yes. That's also on our website. You'll see a
Okay.
link onto our website for that also.
Okay. And as we wrap up, is there anything either of you wanted to add, or maybe that I'm not asking you that you wanted to talk about?
Well, yeah, I'll just finish with this. A lot of people sometimes feel this is like a soup kitchen, and maybe they're turned off by this, or they feel by attending this, they may say, oh, well, I don't want to take from somebody that might need it more than I do. So basically, we tell people that this is like a win-win. If you need it, come. You're welcome to come. It doesn't matter. You come. If you feel you don't need it, maybe you want a night out, you know, you could still come and you could donate to us and you can help us out that way. You know, a lot of people will come and they'll give a donation of $5 or $10, you know, and you'll have a good meal, you'll have a night out, and you're still helping the people who really do need this. You know, you're helping your community, you know, so it's a win-win situation. So for people, you know, well, I really don't need it, or I feel bad, come check us out, you know, and give a donation, and you're helping out in that way, you know. And for people who want to volunteer with us, or maybe give that monthly donation or one-time donation, same thing. Come to a meal, check us out, see what we're about, how we operate, because we do have a system, Vinny could tell you, right, Vin, where, you know, it's unique. You know, it's just not you come and get a meal and you're out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're really trying to make you feel welcome, and really, you know, we want your feedback. You know, if you feel, oh, hey, maybe try the, you know, whatever, try this, or I like this about it, or whatever. You know, because a lot of people want to volunteer with us. We always tell them to come and check it out
first.
Check it out first, because we are unique in that sense. You know, and everyone's guaranteed a meal. I mean, we do our best. working with Vinny, trying to get the right amount of meals. If we run out of something, we'll always have a backup. You know, so there's always something for somebody. So you're not going away without a meal. You know?
Right, and if we have leftovers, they can come for seconds, and a lot of times we have bread and stuff that we give them.
Yep, and they'll get the flowers from our tables. We'll give those out as well. You know, so you know, sometimes they'll come with nothing, and they'll leave with a meal and bread and maybe flowers.
So just go through this weekend, the time, date, and the address.
Okay. This coming meal is scheduled for July 19th at Assumption Church, which is located on 61 North Cliff Street. It's down the street from the Armory, Ansonia Armory. It's the one-way street. And it starts at 4 p.m. to roughly 6 p.m. Sister Funk will be on approximately 4:30 to about 6.
Okay.
Okay? So people could come have a meal first and listen to Sister Funk afterwards. And it's our annual cook-in, where we'll have like a picnic type theme with ice cream, hot dogs, you know. And obviously we call it cooking because it's inside. So if it rains outside, you can still come. You know, we don't have to worry about the weather. And if people have any questions or they forget, they could contact us either through the website, which is masterstablemeals.org, or they can call 203-732-7792, and the information will be on the voicemail on the phone.
Wonderful. Thank you both for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Eugene.
That's
Thank
that's
you,
a wrap.
No problem.